Next. Tip-top timing, Archon. Rain has mailed me a missive saying she's wrapped up her research into the shooting stars and is ready to report the results she's reaped. Finally, a clue to help us crack this confounding case. This is no time to tarry. Get yourself to God's grip. Why, I think I'll even steal away from Sisyphus' spying eyes and scoot on over there with you. Vamp, did you look at the thing I linked? Because I want it. Is it a good idea? No. Do I want it anyway? Yes.
Shishi93000 is now following.
Thanks for the follow. Oh there, Archon. The ravishing Rada should be arriving any moment now to regale us with our report. 1,000 pardons, Master Wallago, but I fear there has been a change of plans. My fellow fishing enthusiast has made for Kugane, and I'm here to deliver our findings in her stead. Ansem? I thought you'd be busy keeping that barbarous brother of yours from running roughshod over the disconsolate denizens of your domain. Indeed, I cannot stay for long, so allow me to share what we have found, which I fear is not as much as we had hoped. We studied the Sprags Archon caught in hopes of finding some clues to what afflicts them, but could identify nothing out of the ordinary, nor is there any sign that aught is amiss in the waters they inhabit. Well, that's a right relief. Baffling and bewildering all the same. Falls well in the waters of the Ruby Sea, whither could the shooting stars have shuttled off to? The other day I had occasion to speak with an angler acquaintance of Rodzud Han. As he's told it, he's not seen any denizens of the deep matching the Harutsuge's description in his domain either. Which means that whatever it else that afflicts him, it's all but certain to be centered around their spawning grounds, striking them when they've scarcely hatched and winning their numbers before they can navigate their way westward. A remarkable deduction from one who has scarcely left Fisherman's Bottom of late, if I have heard true. If only you could travel to the Ruby Sea and investigate for yourself, there's no telling you what you might glean. Would that I could whisk away just like that, but no. If I don't bolt back to my barrel, and briskly, and Sisyphus comes to know I've been cooperating with the Saw again, there's no telling how it'll torture and torment the poor girl. Leave it to me, I got it. That means more than you could know, Archon. Almshone's argument is a measure of merit. Balbalaga, you stubborn, self-absorbed, slack-witted, stupid head! And I don't take my chocobo to Balmung. That's a scary server. We don't go there. Even worse than Camelot. For all your vaunted knowledge of fish and seas, you don't know a goddamn thing about your closest colleague and confidant. The last thing I want to see is you acting all weaselly and wishy-washy. Sisyphus, how in the heavens did you... I followed you, silly. Or did you really think you've been evading my eyes and ears all this time? And of all the reasons for your ridiculous behavior, this is truly beyond belief. Yes, my home has been raided by Tsaagin when I was a child, this is true, but what sort of ignorant fool do you take me for? I know as well as anyone that there are kindly Tsaagin in the realm who care only for protecting their clutch. Why would I begrudge you lending one of them your aid? If you wanted to take a leave of absence, all you needed to do was ask. It's not like you do any work around the guild anyway. She's right, though. Sisyphus. To think I could be so thick-witted and taking in the thoughts of the lovely glass. And with that, Archon, I do say it's time to set sail for Kugane. You'll be heartened to hear that I spent a spell in the Far East in my younger years. I'll be anyway in short order. In the meantime, might I ask you a minor favor? Head over to Hingashi ahead of me and engage local denizens in discourse. See if there's aught you can learn of any anomalies in the Ruby Sea compared to times past. Now that you mention it, Reina spoke of a fishing village that once had dealings with Kojin. I believe the village was called Isari. I can make no promises, but it may be as good a place as any to begin your search. Sorry it is then. Investigate the village and inquire with its inhabitants, and I'll see you in Kugane when you're through with that task. Good to see those two come to an understanding, is it not? In any event, I must return and see that my brother is not too much damaged in my absence. Safe travels, and may your journey to the Far East be a fruitful one. But I don't wanna. Sorry. On a Koro? Probably the closest. I don't know why I dismounted. That was a silly thing to do. Sissipu is... Well, that just sounds terrifying. Wait, no. Am I in the wrong spot? No. Always a bigger fish. Oh, it's just a tiny circle, that's why. I'm getting distracted because of the Heaven's Door thing. I don't think I could take on Sissipu. Here in the old days, a sorry fisherman would venture out into the open seas in hopes of hooking all manner of marvelous catches. Nowadays, there's little point in venturing far beyond the coastal shallows, where the vast majority of fish reside. Now that you mention it, I also recall hearing tales from my father of a festival held in years past. It would welcome outsiders to Asari in a celebration of the art of fishing. Though of the details, I fear I remember little. Yoshi P allowed you to have to be a pugilist to be a black mage? Come on, I thought you were better than this, Yoshi P. When I was just a little girl, my father would invite his Kojin friends to dine with us. They'd bring all manner of strange-looking fish from the depths. First I was hesitant to taste them, but soon found out they were quite delicious. But I was only a small child then. My memories are hazy at best. Perhaps one of the other fishers may be able to tell you more. Do you mean this one? No, I haven't done this one yet. Screw that quest. No. Doesn't that require you to do a double-layered mooch in like one of the rarest combinations of weather in the game that happens like once every 2 weeks or something? No, I haven't done that. Forecasting websites were made specifically for that quest, I swear. There was a time when our village had regular dealings with the Kojin, though there was much less grey in my hair than when this was so. Yes, I dare say some 25 years have passed since then. In those days, Asari was known for the Watatsumi festival. grand event held once each year. Sorry fishers and Kojin alike would join together to ensnare the giant plesiosaurs that disturb the waters, and offer them tribute to the kami of the sea. The kami might return to the oceans. Then the Garleans came, and traditional religious observances were abolished. The Watatsumi festival, not a thing of the past, our once close bonds of friendship with the Kojin faded over the years. The Kojin particularly enjoyed a certain fish found only in the glittering basin of Yansha, the dongfengshi, if my memory serves. It was a regular offering of this delicacy that convinced them to join us in our festivities. Namitaro. That was a long time ago, and our village has become much more insular since then. These days, there is scarcely anyone in Asari who remembers what a dongfengshi looks like, let alone how to snare one. I have an idea of what I'm supposed to do next. Pretty sure I'm supposed to catch a dongfengshi. I mean, I can just... Back to Kugane... where are you? There you are. Yeah, I've never really spent the time on the, like, very intricate to acquire fish. Maybe once I get this character to the end game and actually focus on, like, achievement hunting and stuff like that, I'll work on that. But for now... Ah, to smell the soothing breeze with a buxom beauty at my side. This is the life, isn't it, Archon? Oh, but I forget myself. Did you find out anything of our fish in your foray to Asari? Fishing festival that featured the feeding of giant plesiosaurs to the deities of the deep, you say? Give Wallago a moment to mull that one over. But of course. It's not a selling in the seed water that's responsible for the shooting star's plight, but rather the proliferation of a predator who preys upon them. Allow me to explain and elucidate. I have some passing familiarity with this plesiosaur of which the man spoke. More fiend than fish, suffice it to say, it feasts on smaller fry with utterly fearsome ferocity. When the festival's in full swing, Asari fishermen and their Kojin friends hunted the hunters, as it were, leaving smaller swimmers of all stripes, the Haratsuge for one, to persist and prosper. Now that's fallen out of fashion, the plesiosaurs rampage and run rampant, devouring the fledgling fish in the sea before they can reach full maturity. All we need to do is restore and revive this tradition, and the situation is as good as solved. But from what Archon says, that would require the cooperation of the Kojin. How would he get them to agree with not a single angler in Asari able to catch this dongfengshi that they so favor? Trifling task, my lovely lass. The Asari incapable of doing the deed, we need simply a dongfengshi or two ourselves. Surely this is well within the powers of puissant piscators like yourselves, is it not? Raina and I will go grab the young Gov, and we'll gather again in Yansha. Outside no mine. What's up? I did get fishing, friend. Remember, a couple of these dongfengshi are all we need to bring the festival back in fashion and see the Haratsuge flourish. Well, there's one thing that worries Wallago. The old fisherman said there wasn't an angler in all of Asari who knew aught of how to catch one of them. That got me thinking. Perhaps a simple line and lure won't suffice to snare one of the specimens we seek. And so I was listening to the locals, who shared some intriguing information in response to my inquiries. The dongfengshi are said to reside in the glittering basin, but it seems they're ever a cautious and chary creature, and few are the fellows who have actually laid eyes on the fish. So I sought out the guidance of a grizzled old angler. Said that he was hunting for an ichthyosaur near the sunken junk when he espied the shadow of a dungfengshi in the distant depths. If they're scared to swim near the surface, diving deep and trying your hand with a trident like our friend Golv might afford you an advantage. In any event, it seems knowledge of truth of the ocean should at least give you a place to start. With that, best be getting off to the glittering basin as well. Godspeed and good luck in railing in those dungfengshi. And I look forward to greeting you when you've triumphed in the task. Okay. Do I have that ability? .661 to the southwest. Truth of Oceans activated. Time to do some spearfishing. Okay, we're basically on top of it. Teeming waters. Spearfishing is a method of procuring fish underwater by using gigs to strike fish as they pass through teeming waters. Nearby fish will take notice of your action in the teeming waters, however. If their wariness grows too high, the fish will disperse, ending your spearfishing attempt. You only have so much time. What am I supposed to do? What the hell? Why do I not... What do I have to do? Your objective when spearfishing is to strike fish with a gig as they pass through the teeming waters. So you swim across the field of your vision, you must strike them in their weak spot, its size increasing according to your gathering rating. Yeah. Do I just... What the hell was going on there? Cast... Gig. It would... Thank you for not putting the ability on my damn bar. It's very helpful. Caught a bunch of fish, not that it seems to have... I ran out of room in my inventory. Interesting. And after this, I need to pay a little bit more attention to having inventory space. Not that one. Come on. Where are you? Missed it. That wasn't what I was looking for. That wasn't what I was looking for. That wasn't a good run. Yeah, that's a cherry salmon. It's also a cherry salmon. Still a cherry salmon. Slow. It's gonna be shooting up. Got it. Come on. Give me another chance. Thought so. Yeah, I only caught that few because I'm looking for something specific. Okay, we are looking for slow-moving... Oh, hey. Neat. Oh, that was quick. Need to catch at least 3. How many have I caught so far? Because it's more than 3. 8. Needed 3, caught 8. Okay, I'm good with this. And back at the glittering basin. And we come up into showers. Delightful. Great weather. Don't want to go up. Oh, there you are. Hey, I got your fish. Griffin gave me his eye and the grip on his trident. I gather Gall's got a good thing going there. How far are you in your fishing efforts? Draw on the truth of oceans and hunt down those ichthyosaurs near the sunken junk? Yes. Hey, enjoy your break. Welcome back. I've been fishing for several hours now. Fine fishing, Archon. Yes, these are Dongfangshi. Defangshi. Beyond a dram of a doubt, they made themselves manifest while you were engaging your eyes on other fish, you say? Curious comportment indeed. Any road, I'm relieved to report the Gauze spearfishing has also proved a spectacular success. With this, we should have enough to reel in the Kojin, figuratively speaking, and entice them to engage with the Asari anew. So let's carry our catch back to Asari and convince the villagers to let us carry on with the plan we've contrived. Here's hoping they're just as delighted with this development as we are. If I might trouble you with the trifling task, Archon, I'd ask you to go alone. After all, Asari has only just been freed from the fetters of the Empire. Its residents are surely only still acclimating themselves to the arrival of outsiders. For my part, I'll stay behind to see if I can't spare myself a few more Defangshi for our Kojin friends. Though we have ourselves quite a haul already, the more the merrier, eh? Why don't you wander back to Asari and share our catch with that Jisho chap? They can journey to and join us in Tomomiza when you're through. Yeah, sure, that thing. Onokoro was the closest? No, we don't need to use that. Yeah, I vastly prefer Polar to these. They're not bad, they're just nowhere near as good as Polar. Vamp ignored my Nerf cat launcher thing. I found this thing Nerf made where you can launch catnip discs. Why? I don't know. How big are the discs? I also don't know. Oh, organizing stuff in the living room? It's a Nerf blaster. It shoots catnip. I'd like nothing more than to revive the Watatsumi Festival, but the Kojin will never entertain our plea. Not without an offering of Dongfangshi, at least. Well, do I have good news for you, then? Vamp was being productive while I'm over here fishing in a video game. I know. I get it. Were these are Defangshi. You went all the way to Yanshi to catch these for us? I have no words, friend. You're far too kind, and a far more worthy fisherman than I. To think that I would live to see the day when Asari emerged from the shadow of the Empire to reclaim the glory of our past. There's only one way to find out. I'll round up the young ones. You must begin preparations for the festivities at once. In the meantime, pray deliver the Defangshi to the Kojin in my stead, and with my fondest regards. It should go far toward reforging the bonds of friendship that our peoples once shared. I love that command. I wonder if I can set this up to link to a command. can't save. It's an online game, Mom! Poor kids these days, their parents actually know about video games. Must be terrible. Imagine you're like, I can't save, Mom. It's an online game. Your mom just looks behind you and goes, you're dead for the next 5 minutes. Let's go. Also, get better. Welcome back, friend. Go says you come bearing a gift from the village of Asari. Dare I hope that it is what I think it may be? Yeah, it's this basket. I have not seen a hall of function like this in I know not how many years. It would be my honor to join you in reviving the festivities of old. There is, however, but one rub. I'm ashamed to admit this, but I am somewhat younger than my appearances might suggest. My knowledge of the Watatsumi is limited at best. All I ask for is time. Time to seek the wisdom of my elders, and bring my brothers and sisters around to your cause. Worry not. There are many here in Tamamizu with fond memories of the olden days. Okay. We gotta get the existing stuff organized and throw out the stuff that we don't actually want anymore, and then we can get new stuff. This seems reasonable. There's one thing I can do to help. You need only to speak the word. I'll do everything to see the shooting stars. The Hatsuge return to the sea as soon as possible. I too will do all I'm able to see that this festival is a smashing success. First things first, I'll head back to the guild and gather all the knowledge I can glean. Yes, I dare say that right on my desk sits a comprehensive compendium of fishing festivals from Eorzea to the Far East. There's bound to be something illuminating within. Then, for my part, I'll head back home and see if Anselm has anything enlightening to share. Besides, he'd never forgive me if he found out we were having so much fun without him. Hakan, why don't you head back home with Master Wallago? And Gov, you seem to be on good terms with the Kojin. Why not help recruit more of them to our cause? Till we meet again, my friends. Wallago is an interesting character. An interesting character indeed. Back to Fisherman's Bottom. I hear pawing. Why do I hear pawing? Oh, never mind, that's not pawing. Emmy's currently been misbehaving most of the day and is barred from this office. I know the feeling, but money can be exchanged for goods and services, like art supplies. Like so briskly, are you? Happy to have your help, of course, but I dare say you're more than deserving some rest and relaxation after your toils and travails. Let's say you practice your piscatorial skills while I pry further into the particulars of this Watatsumi festival. After all, when the time comes, you'll want to be ready to fish, and fish as you've never fished before. How about you just give me this thing, and we go back to it.